Matthew Wells for MMALatestNews.com here. I am in Houston, Texas at the Toyota Center where Bellator 149 is going down tomorrow night. As you can see, the setup is going on behind me here. First, Scott Coker had a pretty big announcement today about Bellator Kickboxing. Here are the reactions from some of the fighters and other personalities that were in attendance today. Here I'm with Scott Coker, who had a pretty big announcement today with the entry into the world of kickboxing. How did this idea come about?
I tell you, it was something that Spike, when they ended their relationship with Glory, said to me, we want to stay in the kickboxing business. Do you have any ideas? And they weren't saying, hey, you should go promote Bellator Kickboxing, but do you know anybody? We were discussing like having different leagues, and I just said, hey, we should just do it ourselves. I mean, this is something I really know well, and I have friends all around the world. We have access to some of the greatest fighters, and I love it. So let's do it. And so that's really how it came about.
That you plan on having events all over the world.
Yes.
Mainly the first one being in Italy. What's the plan for the schedule of events for the Bellator Kickboxing side of things, and how many events per year can we expect?
So that's a good question. So this year we'll do 4 fights.
Okay.
And the first one will be in Turin, in Italy. And then we'll do one here in the States somewhere, we haven't decided. And then we'll do the second one in the States. And then the last one, the last one I think we're going to do in Europe somewhere too. Whether it might be in Paris.
How many of those events are you looking to have multi-discipline between MMA and kickboxing?
Probably half.
Probably half of them? Okay.
The one in the Bay Area, if we do one in San Jose, that'll probably be to be part of Dynamite. Mm-hmm. And then the Turin one will be also multi-platform. But then we'll do a couple events that are just straight kickboxing fights too.
Okay. And up there that there was maybe a hint at boxing? How serious of a...
Well, we're not going to the boxing business, that's for sure. But we have relationships with PBC through Spike TV.
Okay.
So if one of our fighters want to go, we can always make the introduction and let them fight.
Gotcha. So the idea of maybe some cross-promotional things and maybe a potential thing like we saw earlier with Dynamite and Bellator?
Yeah, to me, why not? Why not have some boxing in there? That'd be a lot of fun, right? But has to work for the network, has to work for the boxing promoter, has to work for us. So there's a lot of hurdles, but we'll definitely explore it if one of our guys wants to do it.
Who's going to be the main events, and
what
other bouts do we already have lined up for that one?
We have a fight. Melvin Manoff is going to be our main event, and I'll get you all the information on who he's fighting and everything, but he's going to be our main event on that card. Raymond Daniels will fight in Italy. Kevin Ross will fight in Italy. And we have a couple fights that we haven't announced yet that we'll put in Italy as well for the kickboxing.
I'm very excited that they have Bellator Kickboxing, and I can do both kickboxing and MMA and show my skills in both areas. So for me, it's just an exciting new challenge to prove myself on a big platform. I thought I'd have to stop doing kickboxing for a while, and I was bummed about that, but excited about my new challenge in MMA. But now that I can do both, it's, I'm ecstatic.
Focus more on kickboxing, or do you want to mix it up in both?
I definitely want to mix it up in both. I would like to fight 3 times a year, whether it be 2 MMA, 1 kickboxing, 2 kickboxing, 1 MMA. But 3 times a year is my goal.
I'm here with Kevin Ross, longtime kickboxer. How are you feeling about this announcement today with Bellator taking on kickboxing?
I'm so excited, man. I'm so happy to see such a big promotion get into the sport that I love, the sport that I've been doing for 13 years now. So to see it on such a huge stage like this is great. It's just that another giant leap that the sport of stand-up, whether it's kickboxing, Muay Thai, really needs. There's been little steps throughout the years and years, but this is such a giant leap compared to all the others.
How often are you looking to compete? I know they just announced the first event will be in April. So are you looking to compete there, and then
I'm looking to compete as much as they'll let me, man. I'd fight every day if I could, as long as I'm healthy. But, this is what I love to do, so the more I get to do it, the better.
Very cool. And now being under the Bellator banner, so to speak, are you going to venture in the MMA side of things, or is it strictly going to be kickboxing for you?
Kickboxing, stand-up is my love, MMA is always there. If there's nothing better to do that day, I'm always down to. I love fighting, you know what I mean. So I'm always open to anything, but stand-up's my passion, man.
Here I'm here with kickboxer Raymond Daniels, very exciting fighter, very exciting striker. How did this news come about with you? When did Bellator contact you and tell you that they were doing this Bellator kickboxing thing?
Bellator contacted me a while ago in regards to doing it, and when they pitched the idea and the concept to me, I got really excited because I've seen how much success Bellator has had with their MMA and how much success they've had promoting their fighters. Then I heard Scott Coker was on board, and Scott's somebody who I've have so much respect for and have fought with him many times before in the past, and he's kind of got that Midas touch. Anything he touches turns to gold. So I'm looking forward to see what this platform for kickboxing is going to do.
Now, obviously being under the Bellator banner, having MMA, is that going to be a thing that you're going to venture in, or are you just going to stay strictly with kickboxing?
Right now, I'd say, I mean, if you told me to paint a masterpiece and you give me a paintbrush, kickboxing would be that canvas that I would do it on. It's not that MMA is out of the picture. I have to talk to my camp, talk to the powers that be, so to speak, and see if it's in my best interest to do that. But it's great to be at the infancy of this Bellator kickboxing to be able to pave the way for fighters in the future. And I think people are going to be really surprised to see a lot of guys that do MMA, because there's never been a platform like Bellator to do kickboxing. You'll see a lot of people converting back over from MMA to kickboxing because a lot of times that's where their heart is. Their heart is in that kickboxing side of it.
How excited is that to fight in Italy?
Oh, it's awesome. I did a tour of Italy last year, so I've been very fortunate and blessed to have the opportunity of going over there. That's one of my favorite places to visit. I have a huge fans over there and stuff like that, so I'm looking forward to going over there and putting on the show. It'd be my first time doing actually full contact over there. I've done some sport karate stuff, so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in Italy and having a good time. Probably stay over there for a couple weeks after and take part in some of the good food and wine that they got over there.